What is this thing in the basement of a 100-year-old house? The two cylinders at the bottom appear to be made of wood and can rotate, but cannot be removed from the metal pins they are on. I could bend the wires down, but it would require force. Clearly not designed to fold down. Does anyone know what it is? It's an antique advertising broom holder from the early 20th century, given away by a local store to customers as a promotional item. You would push the broom handle upward between the two cork rollers, which grip the handle and hold the broom suspended. This was a common mechanical principle used in many broom holders from the late 1800s onward. What is this letter opener-like object found in the yard at an Airbnb in Texas? It was not buried, just sitting in the yard. About 4 inches in length, the reverse side is identical, and it's metal of some kind. Pewter-like, though admittedly, I don't know my metals, and relatively lightweight. Reverse image search suggested some kind of a letter opener, but the working end is quite rounded rather than flat, so I don't think it would work well for that purpose. I was definitely confused about why it said sharp when it is in fact kind of dull. Can anyone help me with identifying this, please? It's a cheese marker, used to identify different cheeses on a serving board, made from vintage flatware similar to this. Repurposing old flatware became popular because many antique spoons and forks were orphaned from incomplete sets. Silver plate utensils are easy to stamp or engrave, and the decorative handles from Victorian or Art Deco patterns make attractive markers. These were not originally historical objects. Most were made during the 1970s to 1990s craft revival. What is this thing I found while working in my attic? I've been installing recessed lighting in my home, and while up in my unfinished attic, I found this cigar-shaped plastic thing. It's really chewed up, so maybe it was part of a pet toy of some kind. Frozen smoothie bananas for scale. I'm excited to find out what you all think. It's a 1960s Beauty Pop cordless vibrator, a portable handheld massager, typically made in Hong Kong, and marketed as a tool to aid in applying creams, lotions, and for gentle, tension-relieving massages on the face or body. While sold as a beauty product, it is recognized as part of the historical evolution of consumer vibrators. What are these objects found in our house walls while undergoing renovations? They weren't in the actual construction, but propped up in the basement walls. For context, we live in Toronto, and the house is about 70 years old. They're very heavy, solid iron, I think. Normal pair of scissors for scale. I think they're rather interesting. I may put them up or make some sort of display of a couple of them. Does anyone know what they might be? Thanks! These are antique cast iron shaker grates for a wood stove to clear ash and keep the fire burning efficiently. These parts belong to the interior mechanism of old cast iron stoves. You would shake them, and the wood ash would go down into a pan in the bottom of the stove, improving airflow to the fire. Good airflow is especially important for coal-burning stoves, which were common in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. We found these when we tore up the old enclosed porch floor. They're about 3 feet long, made of metal, with no maker's mark or any writings. The house was apparently built around 1922. Any idea what they are? These are 1960s well points, used for driving a pipe into the ground to access groundwater. It features a pointed tip, and it is installed at the end of a well-drive pipe, allowing water to enter while filtering out sand and sediment through the small perforations visible along the shaft. Over time, these can become clogged with sand and sediment, reducing water flow and requiring cleaning or replacement. My husband and I bought and remodeled a house built in the 1850s in central Wisconsin. We found this in the walls, and we have no clue what it is for. I was told it's a tool used for dental surgery, or an early proctologist's tool. Does anyone have any idea what it is or what it was used for? It's a mid-19th century carriage horse harness tree, placed at the top of a driving harness saddle, the part that sits on the horse's back, to hold the driving reins in place. They guide the reins from the horse's bit back to the driver, and they are crucial for preventing the reins from tangling or catching on the harness or vehicle shafts. It was patented on February 16, 1858, by F.B. Kuenhold and D.B. Sturges of Newark, New Jersey. What is this cast iron thing I found in my basement? It measures approximately 5.5 by 2.5 inches, and it looks very old, maybe 100 plus years old, with no writings of any kind. I guess it's a match holder for the good old strike anywhere, or probably a type of coal grate or a carriage step. Any idea what it is? It's half of an antique coin bank in the form of a skyscraper with a turret at each corner. It was manufactured by the A.C. Williams Company of Ravenna, Ohio, between the 1890s and early 1930s. These banks are typically made of two halves held together by a single screw, with a slot in the top where the coins go in. I found this odd little table in my mother's attic. It looks late Victorian to me, but I for the life of me can't figure out what it was used for. It has rotating handles on either side that move the arms that look like clamps. It's possible there is a top missing, and the top frame appears added. Any help with figuring out what it is and how old would be awesome. It's a Victorian adjustable piano stool, missing a cushioned top. It was patented on April 4, 1871 by Louis Postalka of East Cambridge, Massachusetts. It has an adjustable height mechanism that raises from 18 inches to a full height of 23 inches. It raises and lowers with a turn of the lower knob and locks in place with the turn of the top knob. Any ideas what this was attached to? It's been around for a long time, and we have no clue what it is for. It's a two-tone bells, it looks old, with no writings. Thank you so very much in advance for any and all help with this thing. It's the bell from an antique bell harmonica, manufactured in Germany, and was popular in the early 20th century. These often feature two small bicycle-style bells on the side that can be rung while playing. These instruments produce a distinctive, melodic chime, in addition to the standard reed sound. What is this unidentified thing from an old Czech house? It has 3 parts, and all of them are approximately 60 centimeters, or 23.5 inches each. I posted this 8 years ago in an FB group, and some suggestions in the comments have been something to raise the head of a bed, a reclining backrest for the beach, or a folding stepladder, and a washboard of some kind. I would really love to know what its original use was. Please tell us down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.